Hey guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha, as always, and I welcome you to my videos and all of my different podcasts and different things that you guys are listening to me on. I hope that you guys are enjoying my content and that you guys are learning from it specifically, which is really, really important to me. In this video, I wanted to speak to you guys about dating an INFJ and specifically how often to contact an individual, an INFJ, who has gone into he or she has gone into their cave. Now, I'll just start off by saying that I've done a bunch of these dating an INFJ videos because I get a lot of messages, surprisingly, from non-INFJs who are dating INFJs who are confused because they have no idea what's going on with their INFJ. They're always messaging me just absolutely petrified because they think, oh my god, I'm going to lose my INFJ. I really care about him or her, but I have no idea what's going on, and they've run away and I can't contact them and they're not messaging me back. And I get all these really panicky emails from non-INFJ that makes me want to it makes me so happy because I feel so happy that there are these people out there who love their INFJ so much who want to be with them, right? And so I started doing these dating an INFJ videos just to kind of clarify some of these things. And one of the questions that I get asked a lot that I haven't done a video on yet is, how often to contact an INFJ when they go into their cave. Now, we do this often, very, very, very often as an INFJ. Now, I am an extrovert. I'm more an extrovert than an introvert, so I can spend a lot of time with people and still, be fine enough that I don't have to go into my cave that often. Although I do right now, I'm in Chiang Mai and I'm absolutely in my cave. I haven't gone out anywhere except to grab food, and I just sit in my room and I do my work, and I'm just spending time with myself because I have been in my parents' house for the last few months, and I feel a need to just be on my own. So I'm definitely in my cave right now. Not that I'm not messaging people back, obviously, but I am definitely in my cave. Now, INFJs go into their caves for a wide variety of reasons. If it's Christmas time, we might go into our cave because we just can't deal with all the festivities, all that noise and all the lights. It just freaks us out. We might go into our cave because, we spend a lot of time with people and, we need to get back into our cave because we need to recharge ourselves. We might go into our cave because we are working on a project or we're obsessed with a project that's really, really important to us. And we know that if we don't stay in our cave, we're not going to get it done. Or we're just really excited about it and we just want to do our work. We don't care about anything else. And once we get obsessed, we really get obsessed. Like, we don't think about anything else at all. Nothing else just matters anymore. There's a wide variety of reasons, as I said. None of those reasons have to do with the fact that your INFJ doesn't like you. And I really just want to emphasize this point so much because every single person that has messaged me saying, that their INFJ has gone into their cave has said exactly the same thing. Do you think that my INFJ doesn't love me anymore? Do you think they don't care about me anymore? Or do you think it's because they're running away from me? And I say this every single time, and I just want to really, really emphasize this. It's not because they don't care about you. Seriously, that is the furthest away reason from it. That thought has probably not even crossed their mind. If they're still contacting you, and if they haven't door slammed you, and you will know when we door slam you, really, you will know. And so if we haven't door slammed you, and we are still, messaging you intermittently, or you hear from us maybe every week or once every 2 weeks, we're still keeping contact with you, it means that we're still interested. They're still interested. They haven't lost interest in you, unless they specifically tell you that or unless they door slam you, right? So it's not about you, it's just about them. They're just going into their cave to recharge themselves or to do some project or to just recuperate from some madness that they really, really need to recuperate from, right? It's not anything to do with you. Now, as I said, a lot of people messaged me asking me, how often should I contact them when they're in their cave? Now, different people go into their cave for different amounts of time. When I go into my cave, I usually go into my cave for about 2 weeks at a time, and then I'm recuperated enough that I can go out and be social again. Some people I know go into their caves for months on end, right? They're more introverted than me, and they need more of that solitary time. And so it depends on the person, right? And that's the reason I tell you guys to be just really slow and careful with your INFJ, because you need a lot of time to understand your INFJ, because we're so freaking complicated in such a terrible way. And so you don't know. I have no idea how long your INFJ specifically likes to go into their cave. You have to observe that yourself. Observe them for a long period of time, 6 months, a year, and notice how long they go into their cave for. All of my exes, I always would tell them, I usually go into my cave for about a couple of weeks. And so they knew. I always would kind of tell them beforehand before I went to my cave, because I didn't want them to feel like it was about them. I didn't want them to feel like I didn't love them anymore. Although they still did, which is really terrible. But I would always tell them, I'd be like, I'm going into my cave for 2 weeks. I wish all INFJs did this for their significant others. But some of us are not like that. We don't know how long we're going to be gone for. I always know I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. So I just tell people, I'm going into my cave for 2 weeks. And if they message me, I'll be like, thank you for messaging me. I'm in my cave right now. I'm just relaxing and recuperating. I'll message you when I'm out again. So I'll just message people. When my friends know that I do this, my friends know, my significant others always know, my parents know, my family knows. And so they don't worry about this kind of stuff. That's the reason I'm telling you guys to communicate about your feelings to your significant others. But if you're not comfortable doing that, then for all of you non-INFJs, just figure it out. Figure out how long your specific INFJ likes to go into their cave for. It might be 2 weeks, it might be a week, it might be a month. I have no idea. But you have to figure that out for yourself. And during that time, I would recommend, and this is just a minimum, I recommend minimum message them every 4 or 5 days. Don't message them more than that. I think that's minimum. Anyways, don't message them more than 4 to 5 times every 4 or 5 days. Do not message them more than that. I think that might be a little too much for them. Absolutely do not message them every single day. Absolutely do not message them several times a day. I actually get really, really annoyed when people message me a lot, except for a couple of people that are allowed to message me daily, my sister obviously, and a couple of friends that do message me daily, and they don't message me nonsensical stuff, and they don't pull energy from me, so I'm happy if they message me every day. That's totally fine. But most people, and especially my significant others, I don't like it when people message me a lot, so I've created boundaries for myself and for my non-INFJ friends. But for you guys, if there are no boundaries created, then you have to figure it out for yourself, as I said. Figure out what your INFJ likes. But I would absolutely recommend, for me, it would be perfect if when I was in my cave, people messaged me once a week. That would be absolutely ideal. But most people don't like that. Once a week seems too little. And so every 4 to 5 days, I think, would be perfect. I think that's the maximum. I don't think you should go beyond that. Every 3 days, maybe, but not, definitely not every other day, and definitely not every day. That would just be too much for that INFJ to handle, because we're in our cave for a reason. We're not in our cave, obviously, to hurt you or to despise you or to put you down or anything like that, but we're not in our caves because we're trying to recuperate. We're trying to recharge, and we're trying to do something with ourselves, with our time, right? We're not going into our cave for a random reason. We're not hiding from the world. Where we might be hiding from the world, but we're going in there for a reason, and you messaging us all the time is basically pulling us out of our cave over and over again. When we're in our caves, we don't want to message anyone, we don't want to talk to anyone, we don't want to go anywhere, we don't want to do anything, we just don't want to do anything, we just want to be by ourselves, just in our cave, just us and the darkness, or just us and that's it, just the space around us. That's all we want around us. We don't want anyone else around us, we don't want any energy around us. We don't want people around us, we don't want messages, we don't want anything like that, right? And so I really want you guys to be careful, especially if you're a non-INFJ. First of all, stop being so clingy, because this is one of our things, is that the minute you start being clingy, your INFJ is going to get really, really antsy and really irritated by it, especially if they're in their cave and you're being clingy. That's like a no-no, absolute no-no. And so stop being clingy. Stop worrying about the fact that it's about you. It's not about you. It's about them. They're figuring things out. They're recuperating, recharging, whatever it is. So it's about them. And do not message more than every 3 to 4 days. Do not message more than that. Seriously, it's just too much for us to handle. And it would just irritate us, because we're not going to message you back, but we're going to feel bad about it. And then that's not going to be a good thing, right? We don't want to resent you because you're taking us away from our cave. We don't want to resent you because you're pulling us away from our work. We don't want to resent you for anything like that. So just don't message us too much. Just let us be in our cave. And then when we're back out of our cave, we'll message you. Really, if we really do care about you and we really like you and we want to spend time with you, we will message you for sure. I always, whenever I get out of my cave, I message all the people that I love. And I'm like, oh, do you want to hang out? Let's do something, la la la. Right? And so I will always do that. But if I'm in my cave, I'm not going to do that. And so you guys have to learn the difference, you non-INFJs have to learn the difference between what your INFJ is doing and how are they feeling. And as time goes on, the more you spend time with them, the more you're going to learn about how they do things, what do they like, where they are in their cave, and can you message them when they're in their cave or not. These are all things also that you can ask your INFJ. We don't mind it. I've never minded it when people ask me questions about, my cave or how often I'm going into it or how long I'm going to be in it. if you ask me questions, I'll answer it. And I'm sure your INFJ will as well. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. It's just when you're poking and prodding and being clingy, I think that'd be a problem. But if you're just asking a normal question saying, you know, oh, so I see that you're going into your cave, or you go into your cave. How often do you go there? And what do you do when you're in there? Or how long do you go into your cave for? I think these are normal questions to ask, and I would be happy as an INFJ to answer them to my significant others. So I'm sure your INFJ would be as well. So I recommend you ask your INFJ as well. I think that'd be a good way to kind of break the ice as well, and to kind of form a connection where you can learn more about your INFJ, and your INFJ can feel the fact that you care about them so much. I think that'd be awesome. Again, I hope this helps. I hope that I've been able to answer your question. I really do recommend that you watch the video twice and just don't message your INFJ too much. It's really important because they are going to get really irritated. I just know it because I've been there. Again, if you guys have any dating related questions, dating an INFJ, please message me anytime. I'm happy to help. Not that all INFJs are the same, but I can give you a little bit of insight on it. Hopefully that will help your relationship. I want all INFJs to be in relationships, even though we're loners. And again, if you have any other questions at all, please message me anytime. All my contact information is in the description below. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.